Good morning, A2 Rocket Girl. Whew. Good morning, Godchild. And welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. Whoa! Oh, Fat Swaller, that horn comes in so hot when you're surrounded by neighbors at 7 a.m. in the morning from the world's most glamorous place, Hollywood, California. Good morning, Fire Dancer. Good morning, Godchild. I'm trying to keep it down to a dull roar because I have no idea how many sleeping people are surrounding me right now. As we continue the nomadic travel. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Meow, May May. Meow, May May. There we go. Hi, Tracy. Good morning. How's the van coming, Fire Dancer? How's the old van coming? I cut out? Hopefully I cut back in. Here we are. Let's get this party started. Happy Friday, Faye Faye. Good to see you too. Broadcasting now. Ooh, there's a first evidence of neighbor. Let's be quieter. Okay, friends, we're gonna crack this open with one for the entire community. That's right. Thank you very much, Meow May May. Are we ready? Are we ready to set the tone for this Friday, June 19th, 2026, as we careen through this fire horse year? Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Yeah, exactly, unstoppable. 7 wands. Everybody's got a job to do, and that is to choose the direction that they want to take their fire in. Right, Fire Dancer? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where is our intention? That is the question that's asked by this card. Yeah, it might take a little bit of struggle, but once that struggle has reached its fruition inside of 6 self-love wands, wielding a single wand of power and direction, then success. Let's get this session on the way, shall we? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. For free. You ask in the chat. You ask in the chat. I read the answer. No, Fire Dancer, I have not thrown one card for anybody yet, but I can throw cards for you. Is that what you would like? What can I do for everybody? What up, Bruce? How you doing, Queen? I've got to keep it down sotto voce because I'm surrounded by untold amount of humans. I don't know how many neighbors can hear what I'm doing. I'm outdoors, as you can probably sense. Good morning, Callison. How you doing? Helena, well, I'm glad to hear that, Fire Dancer. That's fantastic. Helena, you've been here from the very, very beginning, and you've had one question on your mind. Does Cat still miss me? Let's find out. Does Cat still miss Helena? Well, look, Helena, this is probably a card for you, as much as it is a card about Cat. And the message behind this card is, Helena, maybe it's time to just get to work. Maybe it's just time to move into the realm of actualization in the Pentacles. Okay, you get 3 pentacles from my deck. My deck is not sitting here saying, well, Cat's too busy working. I mean, maybe. But at the same time, isn't this a card for you? Isn't this a card that suggests that something about moving your energy into the realm of actualization and in that Empress fashion? Number 3, where you are filling the world with your energy heedlessly, materializing and materializing and materializing. Isn't that something that this could be potentially nodding at, sweet Meow May May? Maybe. I hope that hits. Maybe, says Helena. Good. Let's see here. Who's got a question for these cards? First of all, if you want your question to rise to the top, all you got to do is click that fan club button, and I will see your question earlier than I normally might, because there's going to be a little open next to your name. You take a step towards me, I take 47 steps towards you. Write A2 Rocket Girl with an open next to your name. A general card pull, please. Absolutely. How's your weekend shaping up, sweet A2 Rocket Girl? Thank you, Helena. It's even kind of misting out here, which is slightly alarming given the fact that I have an open laptop, but charming nonetheless. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Okay, A2 Rocket Girl, here comes your Friday card of the day. You're busy with a new money-making project? That's exciting. That's exciting. Let's see what the cards have to say. Hey, Mafusa, how you doing, Queen? We're being so quiet right now. A2 Rocket Girl. Page of Cups falls. Oh my goodness gracious. A2 Rocket Girl. It's time for you to wield your youngest version of your heart in your hands and go frolic, all right? How can you be a newcomer in the realm of the heart? How can you stand on new territory next to a beautiful sea? How can you feel optimism and a lack of cynicism when it comes to the realm of the heart? How can you know that you're on your path towards kinghood and queenhood and even knighthood? Frolic away, A2 Rocket Girl. That's what that card wants you to do. And on the bottom of the deck, the star. The star. The star. Total authenticity. What a beautiful canvas to paint that beautiful page of cups on. Good morning, Vendra. How you doing? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. I'm trying to stay super quiet right now because it's 7 in the morning here in the world's most glamorous place. I'm posted up in a new location, new secret location. That's right. And I have no concept for whether the neighbors here are awake at this hour or trying to sleep. I guess we'll find out. Hi, Nervu, how are you? Does Tayshawn have romantic feelings towards me, and will he confess it? Oh my God, Nervu, let's find out. Nervu. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning, Yara. Nervu. Does Tayshawn have romantic feelings towards me? Oh, Deck. What's going on with Nervu? We ready? Nervu, this is a very powerful card to drop upon your question. Does Tayshawn have romantic feelings towards me? We see the iteration that this deck has for paradise self. Heaven, Nervu. It's almost as though Tayshawn looks upon you and sees Tayshawn's entire world unfurl before them in a state of perfect balance, wreathed by a heavenly wreath. Nervu, does that hit? Nervu, does that fill you with joy or dread? Which is it, Nervu? Nikki Marie! Good morning, Nikki Marie! Yes, Ashika. Ashika, yes, I got it right. Please, may I have a card message? The answer is yes, Ashika. Ashika, are you ready for your card message on this Friday, June 19th, 2026? Good Lord Almighty, can we see what's going on? Can we see what's going on? Here it comes. Ashika, your message is as follows. Your message is as follows. It's right before us. 9 Wands. Ashika, it's time to consider the realm of fire. It's time to consider the realm of fire at a rather high frequency. The number 9, the hermetic number 9, the lonely 9. Oof, it's a lonely 9 because that is where we have gone inward and we are building our strongest muscles, our toughest levels of endurance are being earned. And here, it's in the realm of fire, creativity, procreativity, spirituality, all rolled into one. Is this card beckoning you towards the idea of protecting yourself, of essentially using that musculature to build strength in the realm of the fire? Or is this card pointing at you and saying, are you pushing a little too hard? Is there one wand too many in this? Can we lower it down? Can we get down to the 8s? Can we calm it? Can we calm it down? One or the other, Queen. One or the other. Bottom of the deck, though. Change, change, change. Be not afraid. Be Amora. Get over here, Amora. Everybody say hello to Amora. Hi, Amora. Hi, Amora. My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. Broadcasting from the world's most glamorous place, Hollywood, California. That's right, Amora. You've made the connection to the good life. And Amora, you got a question that always captures my imagination, because I know the answer. Yes, you will be okay. Let's find out what this deck has to say about what you can do, sweet Amora, to find your way towards that okayness. All right, Queen? Amora, sweet Amora. Everybody gather around Amora. Join hands, join hands. Are we ready, Amora? Are we set? Okay. This is practical advice, Amora. Will I be okay? Yes, you'll be okay. What should you concentrate on right now as you struggle? 4 Pentacles falls, Amora. What does that mean? Well, that means it's time to just focus on the material plane for the time being. Pull yourself away from emotion, from passion, definitely from intellect, from the mind, the realm of the mind, the realm of ideas, and drop yourself into the material realm and seek stability in the form of the 4 legs of the table. Find your way to this place of being like, okay, well, at least this part of my life is not wobbling around. At least my health, for instance, is not wobbling around. At least my money is not wobbling around. Anything I can do to shore this up would be a way to take this card's advice and move upward from the power created by this position into other realms. Okay, more. And on the bottom of the deck, 2 swords, suggesting that maybe it's time to also really simplify the realm of the mind, bring it down to absolute meditative peace and balance. Calm it down, slow it down, balance it out, and then move upward from there. I mean, isn't that advice that we can all enjoy on a Friday? Good morning, Tina. How are you? Let's absolutely do that. Yes, Tina. I would love nothing more. User 888888888888888. Good morning. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom and drawing cards to your questions for free. Can you check what my boss thinks about me? Yeah, Queen, I can do that. Are you ready? What does Tina's boss think about Tina? Deck. What say you? Oh, Tina, this is a beautiful positive card. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Materialization. This is the Queen of getting bleep done. This is a grounded, healthy, nurturing Queen. This is the card of material motherhood also. Think about that. So we're talking about Mother Earth. We're talking about a deep connection to nature, to health, to all of the most positive aspects of these beautiful pentacles, which would suggest that your boss thinks that you are bleeping royalty and utterly reliable. Does that hit? Does that feel authentic to the situation? And on the bottom of the deck, look at this. The Angel of Temperance, more health, more balance, more beauty. Not bad at all. Let us know how it goes with that boss. I hope that it seems like you should be cruising. Let's see here. Who's got a question for these cards? This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. If you've got it in your generous heart to share this broadcast with your friends as it's happening, I would be so very grateful. I've been told by the people who know that this app cherishes those kind of little hints, that people like them. Oh, Rainbow Dragon. Good morning, Rainbow Dragon. Morgan, how you doing, Queen? Morgan has a question. I leave for Florida this afternoon. Is there anything I should be extra cautious of? Jesus. Congratulations, Morgan. Road trip. Morgan's leaving for Florida and is asking, is there anything they should be extra cautious of? Is there anything they should be extra aware of? Well, first of all, Morgan, it's Florida, so be extra aware of the crocodiles and alligators. I assume they both live there. Don't really know the difference between them. Gators, I guess it's gators, so alligators. Watch out for the alligators, be cautious of those. Watch out for the swampy meth culture of Florida. Watch out for, oh my God, I guess billionaires live there now. I don't know. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Going to Florida. Morgan's going to Florida, wants to know what they should look out for, the cards say. Oh, well, wherever you're headed towards in Florida, Morgan, is going to require a demonstration of self-love and strength in the realm of the mind. Swords, the realm of thought. What you see here is an esoteric hint as to what it might take to calm the upset emotions that might result from being where you're about to be. If you catch this Six of Swords, what you're being told by this deck is that it's time to lovingly put your guard up in terms of the mind. Find your way towards feeling a sense of self-care and balance in the mind so that when emotional stuff comes blasting through, it doesn't destabilize you. You know, you're going to need stabilization, and it's going to be an act of will, according to this card. Decide that you are going to not allow yourself to be affected by externals. Hold your strength inside yourself. Using your swords. Keep them sharp, keep them clean, and make sure that you do not allow them to stab at you in the process, okay? Savine, sweet Savine, I've seen your name pop up a million times. Good morning, Macy. Good morning, Yara. Savine, should I accept? Thank you, Kate. Should I accept the job offer and move next month? Let's see what we got here, Savine. How you doing, Savine? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I throw cards at your questions for free. Thank you, Gabriella. And your question is, should I accept this bleeping job offer and move next month? Come on, cards, tell me. Well, first of all, congratulations. You've done the right thing. You've found a stranger on the internet to pose this question to and give them the entire responsibility for what you do with your fate. Here it comes. Luckily, I'm benevolent. Savine, I'm so sorry, but if you catch this card coming off of me, this is my favorite card in the deck, period. There's no better card than this one for me. This is a card that I have used to lead myself out of the darkness towards the light. So when I see this card, I only hear one word screaming in my brain, and that word is yes. Yes, yes, yes. Go. Do it. Do it. What would this Empress do? What she wants. Create, create, create. Make stuff. Make stuff happen. Be a source of heedless life creation. That's what she wants. Is that what you want, Savine? Get in there. Let us know how it goes, Savine. Let us know how it goes. Oh my goodness gracious. Good morning, Denver. Good morning, Macy. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh. Kate, you have an open next to your name, so I'm going straight to you, and then Gabriella. Thank you guys for clicking the fan club button. I appreciate that. You click the fan club button, I see you get a little open next to your name, and I see your name with that open. I know that you've taken a step toward me. I'm taking 25 steps towards you. Oh, thank you, Ren. Kate asks, will I get the check from SP next week? Let's find out what the cards say about that. I'm going to warn you, Kate, that I don't have a giant fortune teller's ball in front of me. I've got my little esoteric deck. It doesn't always know how to predict the future. In this case, what this deck is telling you, Sweet Kate, is something about being on new territory in the realm of the creative, all right? In the realm of fire, in the realm of the soul, in the realm of passion. Kate, does this newness in the realm of the creative indicate something to you about getting a check from SP next week? Because if it's not saying anything about that, then what it's saying is that you need to find yourself on this new territory with this optimistic page's attitude of, ooh, how does this thing work? Oh, I cannot wait to find out. Priestess is on the bottom, suggesting something around maybe grounding this movement inside of nuance in a sense of deep purity, all right? But without knowing too many plot points. It's hard exactly to guess. Gabriella, will Andra reach out to me? Gabriella, let's find out what the cards have to say about you and Andra. Okay? What are we talking about, Gabriella? Are we talking about a friendship? Amne, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Manisola. Let's see here, Gabrielle. I shot past Gabriella's question like a fool. There it is. Will Andra reach out to me? Here we go. It's Terra Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Friends. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. You ask in the chat. I read them. I answer. Okay, here we go, Gabriella. Will Andra reach out to me? Another page drops, another youth, another inexperienced youth. Gabriella, is this Andra, and is this version of Andra unsure about what to do? Sometimes these pages, like as sweet and innocent as they are, don't necessarily know what exactly to do. It might suggest something about how Andra is feeling insecure and not 100% sure what the right call is, how to reach out to you. I don't know. But what you see here is the concept of newness and inexperience in the realm of ideas. And on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Wands is there, burning away. An imbalance, certainly. Do you know what I mean? So I guess what I would do is consider whether or not you might be the person to lead this forward as it pertains to Andra, if that's you sitting in that throne. Lauren. Hi, Lauren, a.k.a. Ren Kelsey. Thank you for getting it open next to your name. Will this transition go slowly or quickly? Lauren, what transition are we talking about? Oh, Ren Kelsey. Hi, Joseph Reed, good morning. Lauren, you ask, will this transition, you're so welcome, Gabriella. Will this transition go slowly? Oh, you're selling your farm and restarting. Congratulations, Lauren, you are brave, Jesus. Everybody, a round of applause for Lauren. It takes mad guts to make big moves in this bleeping world, especially now. 2026, burn. Oh, Nora, sorry, I'll get to you, I promise. I'm working on it, Nora. I gotta do the opens first, Nora, you know what I mean? If you click the fan club button and get that open, I gotta do you first, because it's like, you've taken that step, that magical step, right, Lauren? Selling my farm and restarting. All right, Queen. In other words, making big moves bravely. Will this transition go quickly or slowly? Simple. This suggests something around the idea of, again, effort, because we're in the nines, Lauren. It hasn't been easy, but I'm ready for my life back. Yeah, well, look, this is a positive card when it pertains to the realm of material things. This is suggesting that yes, you will get what you need. Good morning, Locomotion. Thank you, Locomotion. You will get what you need, but there is the inevitable message of effort inside of these nines. To be inside of the Hermetic nines is to earn it. Earn it. Basically, if you want to crack this open a little bit further and say, well, Town, how do I earn it, phones? Thanks for the big message. It's like, well, okay, you need to reach for all of your strength, all of your equilibrating strength. You need to find balance within yourself on an advanced level that starts at self-love, moves through directionality, achieves the lioness, the lion tamer's strength, and then pushes upward from there. And if you do that, you will be in a successful place of reigning over your material realm. But never have I experienced any of these nines to just like waltz in and hand it to me. It's always like, okay, yeah, but that's going to require some push. But you can do it, Lauren, because you're in the process of completely transcending one situation to go upward towards a different. Remember, this is the gateway to paradise. It's on the bottom of the deck. It's giving us a little hint as to where you're headed and what the stakes are. I feel confident that you will make it. But of course, I don't have to tell you that like none of this stuff comes easy or free. It's going to take work, and then that work will lead to that. You'll basically earn it, right? Let's see here. I've got so many patient people in this chat. It's Terra Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at you. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I surely would appreciate that. You're welcome, sweet Lauren. Now, Nora, Monasola. Will George express his feelings for me? Monasola, let's find out what the cards have to say as it pertains to you and George. Do you sense something in the wind, Monasola, between you and George? What kind of feelings do you suspect George has for you? Positive, one hopes. Monasola asks, will George express his feelings for me? Look who's back. It's the Four of Pentacles. Now, Monasola, this is a message from the cards that does not go to the realm of the heart or to the realm of feelings, but goes directly to the realm of material things and says something about needing to stabilize, needing to create a calm in the realm of the material that allows for materialization. Will George express his feelings for me? Is this George insecure in the realm of the material? Potentially. You can see some insecurity on evidence inside of Pamela's artwork if you want it. Or is this something aimed more specifically at you, Nora / Monasola? I don't know. What's on the bottom of the deck? This struggle that we saw that opened up this entire session of directionality in the realm of wands. This would suggest something around you needing to focus your passion, aiming it at, I guess, George in this case, if that's what's up, and pulling the trigger. But, oh my God, Feifei, thank you. Thank you, Feifei. Feifei just gave me a free advertisement in the chat about my private tarot sessions, which, yes, are very much available. Congratulations, Chimera Moon. Had a great birthday. Happy birthday, Chimera Moon. Oh, Ariane, I'm sorry that your spark is dimmed in this moment. Let's see here. I gotta look and see if I've missed any opens before I do anything else. All right. Do we have any opens that I'm? Yeah, Rainbow Dragon, for instance. Hi, Rainbow Dragon. Ooh, Rainbow Dragon is eyeballing a new career path. I love that. Is electrician school the career path that I am looking for? Well, let's find out, Rainbow Dragon. Goodness gracious, I'm excited for you. What if it is? You're going to be an electrician? That'd be exciting. Let's see here. Rainbow Dragon asks, is electrician school it? Is that where I should be driving the... Yes, Omni, I'll get to you. You've been so patient. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Okay. The Page of Cups has returned. Rainbow Dragon. When you... Okay, first of all, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the concept of newness in the realm of emotion, like positive newness. Basically the idea of like being in a new situation that feels good inside of one's heart. Is that you as it pertains to electrician school? There's also a tower on the bottom, which suggests something around a dramatic change of life, essentially. Basically, like, you know, like blasting from one... How do I even describe the tower at this hour in the morning? Look, you know what I mean. It's like basically the most intense birth process that this deck has to offer. Boom. But what we see here is the concept of following one's young, joyful heart. Does this connect to the idea? Upheading? Fair enough, Rainbow Dragon. That tower is interesting. I mean, but I wouldn't let it worry you. You know what I mean? And ultimately, well, I mean, it feels like there's plot inside of there that I'm not necessarily going to have access to, Rainbow Dragon. But the page, I like the Page of Cups as a place. I mean, look, I keep on getting the Page of Cups for myself. It's like it's follow that instinct, and I'm sure you will not be led astray. Omne, you have an open next to your name, so you are going to get your general card right about now. Are you ready, Queen? Here it comes. Here it comes. Friends, this is Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free from the world's most glamorous place. That's right, Hollywood, California. A general card for Omne. Look who is back. It's the Three of Pentacles. Omne, your general card wants you to get to work in the realm of materializing what you have been dreaming about. How can you express your Empress today? By putting your hands on something, making it real, bringing it into the actual world. Not just thinking about it, not just soulfully, passionately ideating upon it, not feeling into it with your heart, but actually making it real. How can you make something real in the realm of health, in the realm of money, in the realm of creation, but material creation? That's, with 10 of those beautiful pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which could be pointing you in the direction of family, I suppose. Or just bounty, 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 bounty. Now, Macy, you've been so utterly patient. Get over here, Macy. First of all, everybody say hi to Macy. Hi, Macy. We've got a pregnancy question, which is, of course, one of my favorite lanes to operate upon here at Tarot Morning Wisdom. I love to answer every pregnancy question that I can possibly get my hands on, every stripe and cycle, stripe and flavor. Macy's is as follows. Will my sister have a girl during this pregnancy? I don't know, Macy. What do you think? Do you think the cards will be able to get to the bottom of that? Hey, Blue Cheese Dog, how you doing, Queen? King? Queen? I don't know. All right, Macy. Will Macy's sister have a girl? Hold on, let me make sure. Will my sister have a girl? All right, Macy, we're going to find out. Here it goes. This is definitive now. We're going to officially use this deck to do a gender reveal right here, live on the world's most wholesome and family-friendly app, TikTok. Drum roll, please. Will Macy's sister have a girl during this pregnancy? Yes, a beautiful, pure as driven snow priestess falls. Look at this. Aw, it's so sweet and so pure. This is the beginning of divine femininity at the very beginning of the major arcana. From the magician, we meet the priestess at number 2. Primary femininity. How am I supposed to say anything other than absolutely to answer your question? And of course, Macy, I beg you, if this is correct, to come back and let me know, because I don't know if these cards can do what you're trying to make them do, but it's fun to try. It's fun to try. Right, Macy? All right, Macy. Well, let us know what her name is. How about that? Oh, Vindra, you've been so patient. I'm going to get to you right now. Will I be accepted to grad school this cycle, or am I standing in my own way? Great question. Hey, everybody say hi to Vindra. Hi, Vindra. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, Vindra. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. Here we go, Vendra. Will I be accepted to grad school this cycle, or am I standing in my own way? Ooh. This, Vendra, feels like a big fat yes in terms of like grad school concepts, all right? What we see here is card number 1 of the major arcana. So before the priestess at number 2, there is the magician at number 1, and what we see here is the concept of initiatehood beginning. This is when the mystic contact happens. This is when the lights come on inside of the universal metaphor, and you see all of the tools sitting beside you, or standing before you on that table, and you understand that you have the power to begin. This is not a card of standing in your own way, sweet Vendra. This is a card of let's bleeping go. So hopefully that's what is about to happen, sweet Vendra. Will you please, I beg thee, let us know how it goes. Ariadne, you've been utterly patient, and I so appreciate that. Will I get my spark back soon? Ariadne, everybody say hi to Ariadne. Hi, Ariadne. I know that no one here can possibly identify with Ariadne's predicament about not feeling like they have their spark. No one here can understand what it's like to feel like their spark has been dulled in this moment, right? I know we all have to reach in our imaginations to try to figure out what that feels like. No, Ariadne, my goodness gracious, we all walk through that moment time and time again, do we not? I mean, I think that's part of the human condition. That's part of the cyclical human condition. You're Ariadne. How? Not will. And also, Ariadne, am I really going to play Russian roulette with your entire world right now with this deck and say, well, you know, maybe the answer is no, Ariadne. Maybe you're never going to get your spark back again. Congratulations, Ariadne. At least now you know. No! How do I get my spark back again? How? Ariadne, how? What? You've got some growing to do. Look, Ariadne, this card, I've been around the world with this bleeping card, literally and figuratively, and I've done everything I can to try to steer it away from Pamela's artwork and be like, what if it's actually just a more pure version of the Three of Swords from like the Marseille deck, where it's like you're empressing an idea into the world and you're creating on that, and you're like, yeah, I know. But there's a little bit more to it than that, isn't there? And what Pamela is saying to us is that it's in order to progress past a certain point, we need to break some metaphorical eggs, all right? Like I do like this idea of the heart being the seed here, and the swords that are piercing it are allowing for that seed to open up and take root and to grow. I also like that because then you got the rain there, feeding all of that. But it costs, and basically when this card drops, my deck is almost certainly beckoning you towards facing up to it and saying, well, do I want to stay here forever? Like a quicksand pit? Or can I push through? Can I push through? Whatever this is, it's almost like a thorn like stuck in your skin. How can I move through it and set myself free from this pain by willfully creating a new way forward? Remember, these swords are all about will. We have the will built in. Built in. That's what the pure sword is. The pure sword of truth is just a sword of divine will. So, how can I take the reins of that divine will and will myself into a new situation? Because guess what? Like, the world ain't gonna do it for you all the time. You know? As much as we might wish. Look who's on the bottom of the deck, beckoning you. It's her again. It's the sweet Empress saying, yo, that's life. That's capital L life. That's the explosive life that this Empress is here to represent. You grow through that card to achieve Yes, exactly. She's the mom. She's the young mother of the deck, giving birth to all universal energy. Not bad. Ariadna, I wish you all the luck in the world. You must let us know how it's going and know that we are on your team and we want to support you through this moment where you need to get your spark back. Everybody needs to have their spark. It's 2026. We can't wait around much longer. Caitlin, get in here, Caitlin. Everybody gather around Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. That's right. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that's good for me, I guess, in that way. Caitlin asks, will I ever be happy? Caitlin, of course you'll be happy, but you've got to create, you have to create inside of your mind the way forward towards that. Get in here, Caitlin. Will I ever be happy? Yes. Let me ask this deck how you can move towards that happiness in this moment. What do you need to do, Caitlin? Because one thing's for sure, you're not allowed to sit inside of your unhappiness like a sauna and just luxuriate in it. It's not going to work. Here we go, Caitlin. Will I ever be happy? Yes, you'll be happy. You need, and this card will not go away on this Friday, June 19th. Thank you. Who's that? Is that Danny Darko? I can't tell. Hold on. Caitlin, it is Danny Darko. Hi, Danny Darko. Hey, Postachio, how you doing? Look, Caitlin, this is a card beckoning you towards finding new territory in the realm of emotion to stand on top of. Basically, when you catch this Page of Cups, it's like the deck's saying something to you about like truly like reaching for innocence in this moment in the realm of the heart. How can you open your heart in new ways? Well, it's like that seems to be job number one if this is the card that falls. And also, protect yourself in the realm of the mind. I mean, like this is. I'm not saying this is going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. These 6 swords are here to talk to you about the possibility of achieving a balance built upon self-love. Built upon self-love that deploys your powerful, willful mind to calm it down, slow it down, and not let emotion like drown you in a negative feeling. Maybe that's there to create room for that Page of Cups. One way or another, my deck is giving you positive answers about like the possibilities of doing it. It's simply asking for a little bit of faith and a little bit of effort. I wish you all the luck in the world, Queen. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. Let's see here. Who here has got a question for these cards? Oh, so many questions. We're going to move fast. We got to get through all these questions. Let's see here. We've got, let me look for other opens. Danny's got her open. Oh, I'm glad you're off today, Postachio. Savannah, good morning, Savannah. Good morning, Dash. Good morning, Mishy. Good morning. Okay, I don't think I've got other opens in front of me, so I can just let it rip. Mishy, does Pedro want to contact me? Let's find out, Mishy. Mishy and Pedro. Do you want to contact Pedro, Mishy? What's stopping you from contacting Pedro, huh? You're allowed to contact Pedro, Queen. Mishy and Pedro. What do the cards have to say? Mishy and Pedro. What do the cards have to say? Right now, Mishy, my cards are telling you that you need to achieve a form of simple mental balance. You need to calm the realm of emotion and turn your back on it for this moment. Just like this beautiful artwork is suggesting. Yeah, it's one. Oh, you pulled the card for somebody. Oh, that's amazing. Look, it suggests that a quiet mind is what's required right now. I would suggest that by quieting yourself and calming yourself and bringing yourself down to a meditative silence, you might have a chance of increasing your overall magnetism in this situation. But the bottom line is, like, this is not a card of action. This is a card of peace. So the moment requires peace of mind for you. It doesn't answer your question, obviously, about whether Pedro is going to contact you or not, but it's giving you a hot tip on where you need to be right now, in case he does. Also, look, it's saying something to you about do not torture yourself if you can avoid it in this moment. Look, don't let yourself be inside the 9 swords around Pedro. Be down here. Be down here. All right? All right. One hopes that helps. You're welcome, Mission. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole, that was so kind of you to join that fan club. If you want to join the fan club up there, you're going to get an open exchange. It's going to make it a million times easier. Let's see here, Madeline. That's an interesting question. Madeline J. Hi, Madeline J. Are you able to feel me? I'm wondering if I'm correct with my intuition. Do you need to know more? Madeline J. Let's find out. Madeline J. Can I feel you? Sia Henia, of course you can ask a question. That's what we're here to do. My name is Open Funds. It's Terra Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. Madeline J has an interesting one that caught my imagination. Are you able to feel me? I'm wondering if I am correct with my intuition. Do you need to know more? No, I don't need to know more, Madeline J. I can drop a card on whether you are correct with your intuition. All right, Madeline J, I'm receiving all of your energy. That's basically how this works. All right, and Nicole, you know you can get a card. You're next. Madeline J. Okay, Madeline J. Here we go. Madeline J asks if their intuition is right. Cards say. Remember, Madeline J, I don't know what your situation is, but perhaps you were here 5 minutes ago when I was describing how this card is pushing us to basically, I'll use the word grow. And yes, there is the intimation of some version of suffering attached to it, because I just, Pam is giving us the Popeye tattoo of the deck. It's saying, yeah, man, it like to give birth to thyself is to experience some form of pain. Is your intuition right? I offer this card to you, and I say, I don't know. Is it? Did that work? I feel like it worked. All right, we've got opens next to the name. We got Danny Darko and Nicole. I think Nicole got in there a hair early. I don't know, maybe not. Nicole, hi Nicole. Thank you for joining the fan club, Nicole. I really appreciate that. My name is Open Phones. This is Terra Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. Friends, while I'm shuffling for Nicole, I'll say this. I am throwing a full moon party this month. I think it's on June 29th. It's not going to be on this app. It's going to be somewhere else. It's not even going to be on an app. Well, I guess everything's on an app, isn't it? But if you're interested in attending the full moon party, where I will be doing a different setup, where I will be doing slower reads, more long form reads, just with the people that are there to chill. Thank you, Leah. If that's interesting to you, it's no money. It's free. I'm trying a new thing. And, like, this is part of it. This is going to be the first time I'm doing something. We're going to see how it goes. If the idea of hanging out in a Zoom room and watching and having longer reads intrigues you, hanging out with the community that we're building here, let me know. Just DM me. I'm going to come up with some promo that makes this way more clear. But right now, I'm just saying it out loud. All right, friends. Full moon, June 29th. Some point. Nighttime, I'm thinking. Pacific. But maybe even that changes. I don't know. Let's just see. Nicole asks, could I get a card, please? Yes, Nicole, yes. Nicole, your Terra Morning Wisdom card for June 19th, 2026 is as follows. The Emperor is here to speak to you, Nicole. The Emperor wants a word about what it means to be utterly stable on the most basic four-legged level and create the peaceful space that materialization requires to occur. How can you be this peaceful leader of that space? Remember, the Emperor is not carrying a sword. It's a scepter of power. And it's a calm repose that this Emperor is projecting. The Emperor is here to capture all of that beautiful Empress energy and turn it into something real in this world. How can you do that, Nicole? That is a question that card asks. Danny Darko, I know that you have a question, and you had an open next to your name. J.M. Phillips Quinn, what are you doing? Hi, Leah. Yes, I will definitely pull a card for you. Well, thank you, Nicole. That's the first time I've gotten a Johnny Depp. Look, Cry Baby is one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, JM, thank you for jumping in there. I'm looking for... Boop, boop, boop. Hey, Roos. Yes, you can have absolutely, Roos. Hold on a second. I'm catching up. I had wanted to do Nikki, and then I lost where are you? There you... Or Danny. Will G finally be held accountable for his actions? Danny Darko, get in here. Will G finally be held accountable for his actions? What's going on with this G? All right. Let's just see whether G is going to be held accountable for their actions. They better be bleeping held accountable. They better be bleeping held accountable. Well, this is a confusing question to your answer. Answer to your question. Danny, why is a Page of Wands showing up here? Something about being on new territory in the realm of passion, as you well know. I don't have to tell you anything about this. So, like what is this newcomer here to push us towards? You know what I mean? There's not necessarily an accountability attached to this card so much as the idea of someone who doesn't know necessarily what they're doing. You know, if I'm looking for drama inside of a Page of Wands, the drama is usually like, well, this is just some dumb kid, doesn't know what they're doing. You know, like maybe there's chaos emanating from that. On the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles is there to say, well, is there something in the material world that needs taken care of? Does a knight need to be deployed? You know what I mean? Does that hit, Danny? I mean, I feel like it's reaching for some form of plot that I don't have access to. Bleeping G. They better be accountable. Jennifer, hello, Jennifer. Thank you for getting it open next to your name. Is the angel around me lying to me? Queen, what are we talking about, Jennifer? Jennifer. A, congratulations on having an angel around you. B, Jennifer. Sorry, Leah. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to get to you ASAP, I promise. Jennifer. How would you get to a place where you are ready to think that a quote unquote angel, an angel, is lying? I mean, in the kind of like basic little kid version of what I take that to mean, angels are divine agents, no? Why and how could divinity self be deceitful? I'm confused. Let's find out what the deck has to say. You deal with it every day. I think he gets bored. Okay. Well, look. Deck says, no. Thank you. I was, look, this is, of course, maybe I don't even need to tell you this. This is the star card in the Major Arcana. It's there to speak to the idea of divine authenticity. Like incontrovertible divine authenticity. This is the child of the sun and the moon, if you want it to be. This is the energy that's encased in that falling tower at card number 16. This is meant to symbolize a sense of divine purity. So I always get chills when the star card shows up, Jennifer. Trust your angels. Trust your angels. On the bottom of the deck, the moon. Look, maybe you're being brought into the realms of shadow that are going to be tricky to navigate, but ultimately, if you're, I have to believe that if you are in any contact with divinity self, you really need to trust. Now, Leah, you have been so patient. Hi, Leah. Everybody say hi to Leah. Leah Arsenault, fit to the 59th power, which I love. Can I pull a card for you? Queen, you know I'm pulling a card for you. You got an open next to your name. Use discernment always. Thank you, JM. How you doing, JM? How are all the various creative, thank you, Jennifer, creative projects coming along? Leah, are you ready for your card of the day? Your Tarot Morning Wisdom of the day. For those who don't know, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that's helpful. If you want to click the fan club button, it'll make it easier for me to see your question. Leah's question is, give me a general. Queen of Pentacles falls for you, Leah. How can you ground yourself in the material plane today? Today, Leah. How can you enthrone yourself in the realms of health and wealth and everything that you can touch, taste, see, feel, everything that differentiates itself from the more abstract realms of emotion or passion or intellect? Maybe this is simply the cards encouraging you towards contact with nature self. Reground thyself, Queen. I think that's one way I would read that card. And protect yourself in the realm of the mind. Thank you, JM, for your moderation skills. And I am reading your question next. Jacqueline, would I get the outcome I want if I took the spell jar on vacation with me? Ooh, Queen, what's in the spell jar? Everybody say hi to Jacqueline, aka JM Phillips, who's kindly moderating right now. And Jacqueline has a spell jar. Is there a black cat bone in your spell jar, Jacqueline? Is there a John the Conqueror? Let's see here. Let's see whether you get the outcome you want if you bring the spell jar on vacation with you. I think we should all consider bringing our spell jars on vacation, if they don't affect the price of the baggage. My spell jar, sometimes I feel like it might require its own bag. Let's find out here. This card won't go away. Would I get the outcome I want if I took the spell jar on vacation with me? Well, is this the outcome you want? Do you want something new in the realm of the heart? Do you want something new and promising and exciting and happy? Something that encourages you to experience yourself as an innocent child in the realm of the heart, joyfully prancing about on the beach, saying yes, 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 yes. They want me to work with it when I'm there. Well, yes. And on the bottom of the deck, the moon, which feels like the spell card, or spell jar card par excellence. You know what I mean? I like everything about those two cards for you. Very, very good. Now, let's find out. Nighttime witch things. Exactly, Queen. Chimera Moon, you've been so patient. Get over here. Is my muse going to come back soon? My writing has felt stagnant and a little dry. Okay, Chimera Moon. Let's find out how you can regain contact with your muse. Thank you, Sia Henier. Here it comes. Oh, and I'm going to do you next, Sia. Is my muse going to come back soon? Chimera Moon asks. How, I add, will I regain access to my muse, please, sweet deck? Here we go. Oh, the charioteer has fallen. Chimera Moon, is your muse going to come back soon? You're right. Your writing has felt stagnant and a little dry. Well, guess what? The charioteer is not the card that says anything about waiting for anything. Is this charioteer waiting around for their muse to come back? No. The charioteer is too busy driving their world in the direction that they have chosen. Now, if I'm you, and I'm sitting there kind of like staring at my hands, being like, oh man, I don't have it right now. I don't have the connection that I want right now. I feel like the wind is not in my sails. And this charioteer falls. Pardon me as I do this little puzzle. Boop. Then what I'm hearing loud and clear in this card is the necessity to push past this. You can't you can't like just sit on the glassy lake of this feeling and wait for the wind to pick up and push you somewhere interesting. You need to probably listen to the advice of, like, I'm thinking, like, there's the artist Chuck Close, I think, is the artist that said something about, like, amateurs wait for inspiration, professionals just get to work. It's like, you like, basically, I think Nick Cave says stuff about this too. If you want to work, if you want to create creative work, guess what? You have to sit your butt down and create it, whether or not you're in the mood for it, whether or not inspiration is there, whether or not the muse is showing up, because sometimes the muse needs you to take steps towards the muse before the muse takes a step toward you. This charioteer is just like, okay, we got to barrel onward here. It's the number 7. And the number 7 is a beautiful and powerful number, but it's one that requires us to give our energy to it, to experience its glories. All right, Chimera Moon? All right, Chimera Moon? You've got it. Mental balance on the bottom of the deck. Mental balance. But it's happening for you. Sia Henia, where are you? Good. I'm glad that's hitting for you. I think it's a matter of, and that's just, now I am offering you my own personal experience. It's like, it's in our youth, when so much fire and Empress energy was there. Yes, you could just like wait around for the muse to show up, and the muse would show up, and it was great. But after a certain point, you need to take steps towards that muse, in my experience, for it to work. Sia Henia, there you are, Queen. Well, I do well in my exams, and I'll say, well, Sia Henia, I don't know, will you? Have you put in the work, Queen? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Thank you, Sidicio. I think I'm getting that right. Sidicio. Let's see here. Sia wants to know how they can do well in CD. Thank you. Incoming. All right, Sia. How will I do well in my exams? How? What do I need to know? Look, you're being brought into the realm of emotion, Queen. You have, apparently, there is growth required for you in the realm of emotion. I don't know how this card is connecting to you specifically, Sia, but like basically when this card drops, the understanding is that like there's something happening that in your heart that requires processing one form of disappointment to create room for new growth that will lead you to a more balanced position. Hopefully one of those 6 of cups, like the 6 cups of self-love, the 6 cups of deep balance. But this is suggesting something around growth in the realm of emotion. I don't know how that connects to your exams. There's a King of Wands in the mix, Sia. Well, I think that like if emotionally you are upset right now, this card is saying something about growing through it. All right, like not allowing this to be like an anchor tied to your ankle in this process where you need a clear mind. And prioritize. That's good, JM. By the way, if you like people that throw fire in the realm of the tarot up here on TikTok, you'd be very smart to go follow JM Phillips in the chat right now. But if you don't like high quality tarot content, don't do that because you'll be disappointed. You're on Sundays. That's fabulous, JM. All right, CD. Is Kayla seeing someone else romantically? Oh my God, CD. What the bleep is going on? CD and Kayla. Is Kayla seeing someone else romantically? Oh no. Oh, thank you, JM Phillips. I was out for a week while I was traveling, but now I'm back in the world's most glamorous place. For the time being. Oh, everybody, if you're the kind of person who prays, say a small prayer for your friend open phones today, as I am awaiting a package in the mail that I will have to sign for, that will determine, well, I guess, a part of my fate as it pertains to my geographical location. Please let this package be good news. Please. Oh God. Please let it work. I can't say too much. I don't want to jinx it. All right. CD, you're being patient. Is Kayla seeing someone else romantically? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Kayla, what's the deal, Kayla? Well, CD, it's hard to stare at this card, think about your question, and carry any other answer forward other than if Kayla seeing someone else is a tragedy in your world, this might be the card that drops in. It's the marvelous catastrophe, CD. It's the disaster of new birth. How about that? It is the freeing of the star card's energy from the terrible building that was erected around it. And the walls of said building no longer creating safety, but in fact creating claustrophobia and peril. It's the pain of a scab. It's good morning, warrior queen. One senses tragedy of some kind inside of that, but don't worry about it now, CD. It's like basically you keep that balanced mind. Whatever this Kayla situation is, maybe that's you transcending in the falling of one building to create the clear space for something else to grow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. Everybody gather around the warrior queen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, warrior queen. Happy birthday. I assume everybody's singing. Thank you. Dear warrior queen, happy birthday to you. All right, warrior queen. A card for warrior queen's birthday. Will you have of course you're gonna have a great birthday. What are you kidding me? Happy birthday. Joyeux anniversaire. Yeah. There you go, JM. You're getting all of my hints. All right. Warrior Queen, here comes your birthday card. Let's find out what the deck has in store. Oh, well, Warrior Queen. This is some practical information for your birthday. Will you have a happy birthday? Sure, of course you'll have a happy birthday. But what this card is beckoning you towards on your birthday is simplicity in the realm of the material and balance, maybe even rebalancing if you've been up in the nether regions, numerically speaking, of this symbol. Navigating 7 pentacles, 9 pentacles, Jesus Christ, 10 even. How can we come back down to number 2? The pure 2 of simple balance. That is basically that allows for a bit more, endurance in terms of remaining upright. I've heard somebody, another tarot reader that I love, refer to this card as the card of keeping loose knees. Loose knees. That way you're not going to get bashed around too much. You're not going to get knocked on the ground by whatever's coming your way. You're going to be, peaceful infinitely in that simplicity suggested by those 2 pentacles. Bottom of the deck. The beautiful angel of temperance. Garbage in the gold, warrior queen. We all know what that's like. The alchemical success of turning garbage into gold. I hope that hits. Please have a beautiful birthday. Please celebrate with and for all of us. Friday birthdays are fun sometimes. I don't know. Our birthday's fun after a certain point. Our birthday's fun after you cross the Rubicon from the 4s to the 5s. I don't know. You know what? I'm determined to celebrate every single week on one of my birthdays going forward because it's a miracle to even be here right now. If you still honor your inner child, that's right, JM. Perfect. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. I'm throwing cards to your question for free. My name is Open Phone. Boopity 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 boop. Christopher Morales, you're a newcomer here. What up, Christopher? And we get so few dudes. I'm gonna call you a guy because generally a dude is pejorative on this broadcast. Can you do me, Christopher Morales, 1998? Yes, I'm an April birthday as well, but you're Aries, huh, Christopher? Is my relationship gonna work out? I don't know. Everybody say hi to Christopher. Hi, Christopher. You're a guy, not a dude. Ready, Christopher? Is my relationship gonna work out? Is my relationship gonna work out? Let's find out. Yeah, well, you know what? This is a card that has been recurring and recurring and recurring. The Three of Pentacles suggests it is if you put the material work into it. How can you be in the act of material creation of some moment inside of your relationship, maybe some structure, some container for your relationship, but make it real. Like this could be literally as simple as like, all right, maybe we should go on some form of an adventure together. Take it into the real world. Maybe we should go to therapy. There it is in the real world. Maybe we should ... But it's basically suggesting to me the idea of moving away from the theoretical and moving toward the actualization process. You know what I mean? It's easy to get bogged down in the maybes and the what ifs. That card does not want maybes or what ifs. That card wants action. Good luck, Christopher. Let us know how it goes. We are on your team. If you want your relationship to work out, we want your relationship to work out. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Let's see here. Who's got a question for these cards? Well, Pele Roja just burst into the room with a big fat fan club hit, which always catches my eye. Thank you, Pele Roja. Let's see you. Nairuz, you've been very patient. Will Mahdi forgive me? Will we go back to... Oh, honey, I'm so sorry you're in it with Mahdi. I don't know whether Mahdi's going to forgive you, but I'm going to tell you what these cards have to say to you, Nairuz, about like what you can do to strengthen yourself in this moment where something's gone wrong between you and Mahdi. Look, Nairuz, the Six of Pentacles has fallen on your question, suggesting that if you want forgiveness, if you want to go back to how it used to be, you need to right the scales materially in some fashion. Like, I don't know what went wrong, Queen. I don't know. Loveth, I'm going to get to you. I'll get to you, Loveth. I'm working on it. Nairuz, if I'm catching this card and I'm you, it's like whatever you need to do materially to fix the situation that went sideways, that's what needs to happen. You need to make sure that the scales are balanced, not just for Mahdi, but for you as well, primarily. This is the both of you in balance, lovingly. If that's not achievable, then maybe it's time to move into a different realm. Be truthful in this situation, however. Do not obscure yourself. Be 100% exposed in this situation so that... Oh, thank you, JM. Loveth. Will TJ reconcile with me? Here it comes, Loveth. Are you ready? Loveth, are you ready? Thank you for being patient, Loveth. I really appreciate it. And for those who don't know, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. You gotta be patient. You gotta ask in the chat. You can re-ask and re-ask, but don't kill us. Don't destroy us with spammy, like, over-asking. I'm gonna get to you as soon as I can. And if you want me to see you faster, just click the fan club button up there. It'll put a little open next to your name, and I will take a giant step toward you. Will TJ reconcile with me? Loveth, what went wrong? What went wrong? Everybody say hi to Loveth. I love it. What went wrong between you and TJ, Queen? Thank you, Annette. Look, this is a beautiful, positive card that has dropped on you. It's suggesting something around, I don't know, like the deepest grounded connection to health in the material world. Will he reconcile with you? Well, this feels like if you can frontline your... Well, okay, look, I don't know whether TJ is going to do anything, Loveth. Like, these cards are notoriously crappy at predicting dude behavior of any kind. I mean, is TJ going to do anything? I don't know. But this is telling you, Loveth, that you need to prioritize your sense of being grounded inside of your health, inside of your material circumstance. You need to be the peaceful, nurturing queen in the realm of the real. Is this the behavior or the attitude or the energy that you can bring to TJ and reconcile with him? If you come to him as this earth mama, is it going to do the thing and get you what you want? Perhaps. But one way or another, this deck wants you to start here. So hopefully you can do just that and find the success that you want and deserve. Let's see here. Go get coffee. Thank you, JM. I know that some people join the fan club and I got to move in here real fast. Okay, look. First of all, Pella Roja clicked open and asked for a love card for, I think it's Eloy. So get in here, Pella Roja. We're going to do your love card. Then we're going to do you, Annette. Boom, bang, bop. We're moving fast on a Friday. We're boogieing. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. If you got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that's helpful. Also say this. I'm throwing a full moon party. If you want to come to it, you got to DM me. It's going to be off of TikTok, all right? It's going to be fun. We're going to do longer form reads. It's going to be free. That's right. Full moon party, June 29th. All right. Pella Roja, your love card is as follows. Are you ready, Pella Roja? Are you set? Pella Roja, your love card today is to have faith that if you are experiencing a sense of inconvenience or things moving too slow or being suspended in some fashion or another, in suspended animation, how about, or hung from the veritable T-shaped tree of the Hanged Man, that you are on a divine path. You got to trust that. You are doing it for a reason and for a true and beautiful purpose, but you are not there yet, and you need to be prepared to basically absorb this inconvenience with the faith that it will lead where you want to go. Or it could just be a matter of like, oh, look, it's on the bottom of the deck. More authenticity, more truth. It could also just be asking you to change a perspective. I've seen that be the case. Now, Annette, does Steven actually like me? Will it work between us? Annette and Steven, huh? Annette and Steven. Let's just see. Let's just see if Annette and Steven have any chemistry. Annette, Steven, is this the beginning of a beautiful story? Is this the beginning of a beautiful story, Annette? How do you feel about this, Annette? Do you feel excited? Do you feel butterflies in the Steven department? All right, Annette. Are you ready to find out what the cards have to say about you and Steven? Oh. Well, Annette, This could be taken any number of ways. I don't want you to become alarmed, sweet Annette. It's the devil card. Sure it is. Hi guys, it's me, the devil. Don't be afraid of me. It's not that big of a deal. Basically I'll say this. When you get this card, especially in a relationship context, it could be having fun and making little cute winks at you and saying, wink, wink, have fun, I'm the devil. You know what that means. Wink, wink, wink. But the whole deeper meaning behind this card is that this is a way of the deck beckoning you towards the idea of maybe the things that you've chained yourself to that are deeply unnecessary for your larger happiness, but that you might feel are necessary in any given moment. You know, divinity-free reality. I'll say this. Pamela's done all the work for us. Are those chains binding? No. Can you just remove those little necklaces and walk away from that devil at any given moment? Yes. Does Steven have feelings for you? Probably. Is it the healthiest thing I've ever seen in my life? I don't know. Is it, Annette? One way or another. Be safe and have fun. All right, friends, it's Tarot Morning Wisdom. Let's find out what the cards will say. B, Patente, you've been so very patient. Will Farouk reconcile with Beanish? Hi, Beanish, how you doing? I'm sorry that you and Farouk have become alienated. Let's find out what the energy is between Beanish and Farouk, who have not reconciled. Oh, I want to answer that. Fem, I want to answer that. Don't go nowheres. Thank you, Fem, for bringing that question forward. Beanish and Farouk. Cards, what's the advice for B? What's the advice for B? All right, this card comes back up. Again, a writing of the scales is beckoned towards inside of a Six of Pentacles. How are things out of balance, lovingly out of balance between you and Farouk? Like something material needs to happen according to this card B. And chances are if, I don't know what the plot is here, Queen, but don't do it in the realm of the emotion, don't do it in the realm of the mind, and don't do it in the realm of the heart. Materially find a way to fix it is how I would read that card were I you. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. Throwing cards at your questions free. You've got it in you to share this broadcast as it's happening with your friends. I've been told that's incredibly powerful in the eyes of Daddy Algorithm. I'm broadcasting from the world's most glamorous place, Hollywood, California. That's right. Sure, I was in the south of France a mere set of weeks ago. Sure. Oh, I'm not even going to go. I was about to go on a long, boring screed. I'm not going to torture everybody with that. No. I'm going to be grateful that I'm sitting inside of this moment, and I'm going to say, come here, Fem. Everybody gather around Fem. They've got a serious question. My mom passed away last week. Honey, I am so sorry. I lost my mom last year. I am with you in how difficult that can be and is. At the age of 55, which is unnerving to somebody who's in their fives, and remember that somebody at the age of 55 can go and sometimes does. It's like, so I am with you in terms of the shock of that, and you're asking, will my little sister and father be okay? Angel, I am so sorry that you're going through this and that you're fearing for your little sister and your father. Let's find out what the cards offer by way of advice to you, sweet Fem. Fem lost their mom last week. Whoa. That crow is aggressively screaming high. Fem lost their mom last week. I'm so sorry. And they're worried about their little sister and their dad. Let's find out what the cards have to say in this moment, sweet Fem. Ready, Fem? Set, Fem. Here we go. Okay. Look, of course, there is going to be work inside of this, and this is work in the realm of the spirit. 9 wands falls, and what we... Okay, Crow. I swear, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Last broadcast, it was a leaf blower, and now it's one of the terrifying ravens. I don't even know. Shame on me for calling it a crow. It's a raven. Nevermore, Mother Scratcher. Anyway, look, what you see here is excess in the realm of fire. I mean, like, I am tempted to look into this and read it as an invocation by the deck to seek to calm the realm of... Jesus bleeping Christ. Really, dude? I can't even see you in the tree, Raven Nevermore. There I can. Oh my god, they're like actually right over here. Come here. You want to do a live hit? Do ravens come to... It's literally the size of a small chicken, just in case anybody's curious. Anyway, so Fem, when I see this card, I'm there's 2 different ways I want to take it. Number 1 is, okay, like, yes, you're going to be asked to grow hard inside of the situation, and it's going to require some strength in the realm of spirit. You're going to need to be the strong one probably in this. And oh, me too, Rainbow Dragon. Remember that the Hermit, which is the ultimate connector to the number 9, is there holding a lantern for others to see inside of the dark. I would say that if spirit is a part of your world, and let's face it, you're up here talking tarot cards with me, which means it can't be too far away from your world, then maybe this is a way that the deck is beckoning you towards the idea of being some form of a light bringer to the situation and bringing spirit into this for your father and your little sister. I just hope that you can, and also I just recognize myself inside of that artwork. Like, when you're inside of the grief of losing a parent, never lose sight of the fact that even if you are staring at the bleeping wall, sitting on the sofa, you are in deep work. And give yourself as much room as you possibly can to do that work. And, don't for a minute let yourself think that, like, that material, like, lack of action is anything other than, like, doing some form of spiritual work around the grief. It's tough. So, and another 9 down there, like, on the bottom of the deck, the 9 of Cups. Again, so saying, like, strength and emotion, strength and passion and spirit. And yes, bring all that. Thank you, Hope It. Thank you, Hope It. And I just saw somebody else hit that. Rachel, what's up, Queen? Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free. You want to get your question answered? All you got to do is do it in the chat. Put your wallets away. Put your wallets away. You click the fan club button up there. I'll see your question faster. I'll say that. Rachel, is Dan's connection aligned with mutual consistency, or is it inherently intermittent and self-serving? Rachel, you are so beautiful in the ways that you express yourself as it pertains to Dan. I think we all know here, all of us are regulars at Tarot Morning Wisdom, that you and Dan is a complicated thing. You plus Dan, that's a complicated thing. Let's just see what the cards have to say about you and Dan right now. Rachel and Dan. It's a complicated thing. It's raining now. I'm somehow not panicking. Maybe if I put the laptop in a place where it's a little less likely to get electrocuted. All right, Rachel. Look, Rachel. This is the card for you. I don't see this card as driving directly into anything other than your head right now and saying, like, look, right now, Rachel, maybe it's time to lovingly self-protect. All right? Deploy your will, deploy your intellect, not your heart, not your passion. And do what you can to calm the emotional waters here. Because one senses that that the whole Dan situation is driving you bleeping crazy. I mean, like, and this is a card that says we can't sail on with those choppy waters. We need to do what we can to build some loving protection in the realm of the mind. and sail through the waters with this deployed, just so that we're not operating from a place of imbalance. Here's the thing. With all of these relationships, how do you have a successful relationship? I think if you just boil it down to brass tacks, it's balance. Being in balance with the person, like being in perfect balance with the person, being in a constant living balance with the person, so that like every moment is new. Every moment is new and exciting and loving, and there's always a sense of contact and a sense of elasticity. All right, and if you are suffering by yourself over here, and they don't know it, or like if any imbalance like that happens, and then you come together, it's going to be in the bleeping soup. And I don't know if it's ever going to just automatically be successful from that point of view. That's just one stranger on the internet's opinion, right, Tiffany Anderson? Right, Jasmine? But something to think about, as I find something to think about in the fact that it is now sprinkling on my laptop. Come on, Los Angeles. What's this weather? I'm not dragging this in. Will Daryl reach out? Get over here, Hope It Is. Thank you for joining the fan club. Angel, I'm going to get to you right after I do Hope It Is. We're doing people with opens next to their name. You get it? All right, here it goes. Will Daryl reach out? Wait a minute. Am I missing something here? I might be missing something here. I've got a literal awning. Oh, sorry, buddy. You probably can't see it because of the green screen. Do I look crazy right now? Hi, guys. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Hold on a second. Oh. Here we go. What didn't they think of in this place? I am extending a beautiful protective awning over the entire affair right now, which I probably should have done before I started broadcasting, but no more rain. Hope It Is. Get over here. Will Daryl reach out? I don't know, Queen. I don't know. Does anybody know ever what any dude's gonna do? Will Daryl reach out, or is he going to be too busy at the bar? Or is he going to be too busy working on the truck? Or is he going to be too busy playing Fortnite? Or is he going to be too busy hanging out with his bros? Or is he going to get ... All right? What can you do, Hope It Is, in this moment where you're eager for Daryl to reach out? I don't know. Let's just see. Ready, Hope It Is? Here we go. Hope It Is. Are you staring at this card? This is a card of limitless freedom, all right? This is a card that begs you on its hands and knees. Hands and knees. And says, can you set yourself free? Is it possible to completely set yourself free? Is it possible to experience total limitlessness in this moment? Yes, it's scary. The Fool is exciting, and the Fool is scary all at the same time. That's part of the excitement. Remember, it's a cliff. You're standing on it. Don't look down. But you can do it. And it is worth... Whenever this deck is saying something to you about setting yourself free like that, you best at least consider it. Because, I mean, my God. Otherwise, you're just hung up on that tree. We can't have that. Divine Empress, thank you so much. Now, let's see here. Was there a second open that I needed to get to? I think there was. Let me go bopping through the old chat. Ruby Kane, are you here? Hey, Ruby Kane. I'm no angel. Angel, get over here, Angel. Will I get a place to move that I find satisfactory soon? Angel, everybody say hi to Angel. Hi, Angel. I'm sorry you're looking for a place and you haven't found it yet. I hope that you get a place that you find satisfactory soon. I'm going to offer you a card of advice on what you need to do, maybe, to make that happen for yourself. I'm certainly not going to pretend like I can predict anything about what a realtor is going to do or a landlord. If I could predict landlord behavior or realtor behavior, I would be driving around in a stretch limousine, wearing a giant fur coat that said open phones on it, in diamonds. But, Angel, I can give you a piece of advice that you already have a slumlord. Well, so, as do so many of us. Am I right? Not me right now, because I am nomadic. All right, Queen. Angel, what do you got to do in this moment? Look, I think this is a positive answer to your question ultimately, because it's suggesting that, yes, you will achieve a basic sense of foundational success in the realm of the real. This is the Four of Pentacles. It's the Emperor of Pentacles. It's the idea of, again, getting the four legs of the table underneath you. The stability is there. Without knowing a million different things about what this could be pointing towards, I guess if I'm reading it as advice to you, Angel, the advice is to, prioritize. You just announced that you're looking for a place to live, which is the prioritization of this card. Stay focused on it, obviously, and if you take this as any kind of a prognostication, great. Do it. But if anything, it's a confirmation that you're on the right mission and you need to get it done. Don't forget to let us know how it goes, Queen. Oh, Angel. Ashley Crystal, get over here. Ashley Crystal, are you a newcomer here? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. And you've got a question that caught my eye immediately in my heart. Will I overcome this loss? Of course you will. Everybody say hi to Ashley Crystal. Hi, Ashley. What's going on? Are you going to overcome this loss? Of course you are, Queen. And are you really handing your fate to a stranger on the internet and saying, I hereby give you, strange man, the ability to tell me, no, I'm not going to overcome this loss? No! You're going to overcome it, Queen. How are you going to overcome it? That is the question that I will seek to answer with my esoteric deck. Okay, Queen? Get in here, Ashley Crystal. Are you going to be okay? Bleep, yes, you're going to be okay. How can we advise Ashley Crystal in this moment what they need to do to be okay? Divine femininity comes banging through this beautiful moon card to Ashley Crystal, and within it, all of the mystery, all of the motherly power. This is the ultimate card of motherhood. This is where the motherhood begins inside that beautiful Empress. It comes to a crescendo here inside of this heavy, powerful moon. It brings to the table all of the invisible powers that this deck nods and winks at. It is the realm of dreams and shadows and mystery. And you just lost your pregnancy of 2 months. I am so sorry to hear that. Angel. Then this is a giant confirmation of that grief and a welcoming in for you to fully experience it. I don't have to tell you that, you're already in the process of doing it, but basically, if this card is dropping in on that level, it's probably saying something around two different things. One, you are still inside of this card. You are still a mother. You are pushing towards that, with every day that you breathe. You are of this archetype, regardless of this outcome. Trust this power. This power does not lead astray. This power moves the oceans. This power gives birth to the Star card. All right. Bottom of the deck, Emperor. This is an archetype of power, basic, simple power in the realm of materialization. Maybe that's an emperor that connects on some personal level to you in this situation. I would say it's 100% positive. It's something that you can trust. if that's an emperor that's outside of you in this moment. Trust, trust, trust. Rely upon that stability. But I want to give this to you as a message of hope, ultimately. The ultimate divine femininity, the divine motherhood of this deck has stepped forward to say, hello, hello, hello. Trust that we are on this road together and that we will find the success that we look for. All right, good luck, and please, please, please come back and let us know how it's going. All right? Let's see here. Anybody put a little open next to their name? I don't want to forget it. Boopity boop boop boo. Let's see, let's see. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. Good morning, Tanya Hooper. Good morning, Anish. Good morning, Tega. Good morning, Karusha. Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning, Starlit Castle. Good morning, Tanya Hooper. All right. Anish, will I get a position at this job I'm applying for today? I don't know. Let's find out what the cards want you to know about this situation, sweet Anish. You know that my deck's not going to predict whether you're going to get this job necessarily, unless it gives you a positive answer here, and then I will allow it. I'll be like, okay. Anish, will I get this position? Yes. Look, Anish, I'm only human. When you ask if you're going to get something that you want, and then the deck shows you a literal picture of happy celebration in the realm of the heart, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna slap you on the back and say congratulations. That's what I'm gonna do. Congratulations, buddy. You did it. Let us know if it comes to pass. I would love to know whether that card comes correct. That'd be fantastic. Ooh. Look, if I can actually become a fortune teller, I think we can all use it to get rich together, right? I'll be able to predict stuff. Look, I'll share the wealth. I think that's part of it. All right, Jasmine. Will CL reach out to me soon, or does he want to? Oh, honey, what's up with CL? Jasmine and CL. Jasmine and CL. Let's just see what Jasmine and CL. What's up, Pegs? What are you getting booted off for? I don't like to hear that. All right, Jasmine and CL. Jasmine and CL. All right. Let's see here. Will he reach out to me soon? Jasmine, my deck wants you to take a beat away from the drama of CL and ask yourself what the actual truth of this situation is. It's the divine goddess of justice here to speak to you for a moment about this whole CL situation and say, do you have your sword of truth in your hand? Do you have your scales of accurate balance in your other hand? You need both of those items right now. And you need to be honest with yourself about the whole, you say, you've been thinking about detaching myself because that's when things start coming. Look, this is a card that says a couple different things. One of which is that you have enough power right now to do the thing that you need to do correctly, accurately, with the absolute correct amount of measuring. You need to trust yourself inside of this, and know that sort of truth will never lie in your hands. Let us know how it goes. Okay, Queen. You spoke with me on my cruise. Oh, yeah, you were on a cruise. That's right, Peg Fazio. I remember you now. You set yourself away to free your mind. I do remember, Peg Fazio. I do. How did it go? It did stop raining. Well, I managed to unfurl something to protect myself from the rain. It's still kind of spitting. Hey, Jess R, how you doing? Peg Fazio, how's it go? Tega, get over here. Tega, hey Lex, how you doing? Tegas asks, will Karani and I work out? I'm gonna do you next, Peg. Will Karani and I work out? Asks Tega. Tega, how you doing? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. Throwing cards at your questions for free. It's kind of cold now, which is annoying. I thought this was supposed to be sunny California. What the bleep? All right, Tega. Tega, Karani. Okay. Tega, look, my deck wants you to do one thing. Reveal yourself to Karani. You need to show yourself 100%, right, like fearlessly in this situation. You need to share your beautiful connection to spirit in whatever form that takes, whatever divinity you can. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Sorry, I got a distracting message. Let me just, I have to pivot here. 1 second. All right. Does this hit? You need to be perfectly clear and revealed in this. And ... Take it from there. All right, Queen. Peg Fazio, get over here. You were wondering if Philip changed his mind. You never heard from him. Oh my God, well, I'm glad that the cruise was fun, Queen. I'm glad that the cruise was fun. Here we go. Did Philip change his mind? Yeah. Well, Peg, look, the deck does not, this is 100% a card that would bellow in my face. This has, you've had that. All right, look, basically, this is good morning on Dear Lose. Peg, it's over. Look, you've got to just we've talked enough about this. You've been on the water, having a cruise, talking about Philip. Here we are again. The cards are just like, honey, you know what's up. You know what's up. Boom. Grow on, Queen. Grow on. You've got this. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. That's right. Oh, Morgan asks, is there a reason I feel so drawn to tarot recently? Queen, get in there and do you have your deck, Morgan? Go get your deck. What deck are you going to get? You going to get the Pam deck? Get the Pam deck if you want. Go get whatever deck you want. It doesn't really matter. Oh, yes. Well, I will send information. Well, I'll try to send information. But, hey, Ruby Kane, how you doing, Queen? All I'm saying is Full Moon Party, June 29th. If you are interested in attending it, you let me know. And I will tell you how to do it. It's not going to be on this app. That's right. It's going to be on a different app. I'm trying something new. I'm trying something different. I want to throw a Full Moon Party. I want it to be a different kind of room. It's still going to be free. I'm trying to see if we can't lure some people away from the world's most family-friendly and wholesome app, TikTok, for just a moment. To have a different kind of experience with these cards than a one-card drop done in the absolute fever of the relentless churn of the chat. Right. Does P have feelings for Mishi? Look, I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to do Jessar. Look, Mishi, normally I don't get around to answering a second question from people, but you got an open next to your name. I'm going to allow it. That's right. Does P have feelings for me? I don't know. Does this Ace of Pentacles say anything about feelings for you, or does it say something about the entire concept of materialization writ large and in your face saying, Mishi? I mean, if I'm you, Mishi, thinking about P, am I being beckoned towards the idea of making it real? Like an exclamation point? Maybe. I don't know, Mishi. Let's see here, Jessar. Will Eric take his time texting me back? Interesting way to ask a sort of nuanced question about a dude. Or a guy, if Eric is good. I don't know. Let's see what we got here, Jessar. Jessar plus Eric in this moment on this Friday equals what? Jessar plus Eric on this Friday. Let's do it, baby. Alright, enough shuffling, right? Here we go. Jess R plus Eric equals Emperor. Now, I don't know. This is not, like, I'm recognizing, Jess R, that you're asking, like, some nuanced question about whether or not this person's going to do... Chan! Did I just see your name? Oh, my God. What up, Champagne Mommy? How you doing? This is the Emperor is the symbol of making it real, of actualizing peacefully, all right? Like, I offer it to you, and I hope that this is a way that the deck is, like, indicating something positive for you. Otherwise, it's calling you towards a sense of deep stability and peace, and within that peace, the ability to make something that you want to have happen. Maybe there's some plot in there that I can't quite reach for. Oh, well, there's a little bit of freedom on the bottom of the deck here, too, for you, Jess R. Are you meant to take that fool's advice? I wonder. Well, you will let us know, certainly, won't you? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom, friends. My name is Open Phones. Pew, pew, pew. And I am looking for people who have clicked at the fan club. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, yes, you get to have it. Well, Andira, you know you're going to be invited. I don't know why it censored your comment, Andira. That's annoying. Let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm looking for... Good morning, Wisdom. Oh my God, Andira Luz. Are you in the chat still, sweet Andira Luz? I know. Okay, she's there at the bottom. If you like high-quality tarot content, friends, and especially high-quality tarot content from a brilliant artist who's in the process of generating their own deck, please go follow Andira Luz on this TikTok platform. You see them right there in the chat. Go follow that account, but only if you like high-quality tarot content that is there to talk about history, as well as the fourth dimensional energy and power that the deck contains. That's right, they're generating their own bleeping deck. Do you think you'd like to be along for that ride? I think you might be. There. Veni Vidi Vici, I do not charge. Linda Connor, I thank you for your patience. All right? Let's see here. Linda Connor, I know you've been asking and asking. I'm looking for your bleeping question. Where the hell is it? Will Fabian and I marry? Will Fabian and I marry? Let's find out. That's right, we're going to definitively determine, Linda Connor, whether you and Fabian are getting married. Congratulations, Linda Connor. You found the stranger on the internet that is going to determine whether or not you spend the rest of your life staring lovingly into Fabian's eyes or not. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please, for Linda Connor. As it pertains to Fabian. Linda Connor, it may happen, but it's going to take a little bit more work in the realm of materialization before it does. The Five of Pentacles is there to say in the real world, getting what you want might take a little bit longer and also might require a little bit of leadership from you. You might need to lead this Fabian horse, metaphorically speaking, to water to make him drink. All right, Queen? Can it happen? Will it happen? Sure, it can happen. It will happen if you want it to happen. But when you catch this card, you are being reminded by this deck that sometimes it don't come so easy. Push onward, Queen. Push onward. All right? Now, I need to peek at my adult world for a moment here. Just peek at it. Peek, peek. Anything interesting? Nothing yet. Okay. It is almost 2 hours into the broadcast, and I am... Yeah. Okay, look. Friends, normally I do a 3-hour stream. You know that. Oh, Jack Damani, please don't. Do you see Mike and I getting back together? Asked Tony. I'm gonna start banging through some questions. I'm gonna move fast, and then I'm gonna dip because I've got like this insane question mark attached to my day that requires my personal presence in a location that is not this location. Is that enough hints? I don't know. Probably not. But Tony, I'm doing you right now. Do you see Mike and I getting back together? I don't know, Tony. Let's find out. Here we go. Okay, just keep on asking questions. I'll do the best I can. All right? I'm doing the best I bleeping can. Tony, do you see Mike and I getting back together? Cards say. Well, my cards want you to do some passionate work. And if you want that to happen, it needs to be driven by you in the realm of passion. 7 is the number of the charioteer. The charioteer is the archetype of directionality. Once you achieve self-love in the 6s, you get to decide where that love takes you. That's the charioteer. Here, it's in the realm of passion. So if you want Mike and you to get together, you need to drive towards that and do that work. Hey, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Exactly. Chelsea. Will Yoandre and I have a second shot at our relationship? Hi, Chelsea. How you doing? My name is Open Phones. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm throwing cards at your questions for free for a bit longer. And Chelsea asks, will Yoandre and I have a second shot at our relationship? And the deck is about to say the following, which is as follows. Look, this is advice. Be the queen in the realm of passion. Be empowered and enthroned in the realm of passion. And do not be in active mode right now. Don't be the king. Don't be pushing the chess pieces around on the board. Don't be making, like, don't be stirring the energetic pot. Be the magnetic Queen of Wands, as magnetic and powerful as you possibly can be. Let your inherent soulfulness shine, and see if that can't be a beacon to bring what you want to your doorstep. But in this moment, it's not time to be out there in the active form of power. Be in the receptive form of power. Be worshipped. How about that? Page of Wands on the bottom, suggesting something about newness and youthful delight. How about that, friends? All right. We've got 2 more minutes to go, and it'll be a 2-hour broadcast. I kind of feel like this pressure to press go on the rest of my day. Angels, I'm going to be back on Monday. There's a full moon party coming up on June 29th. It's going to be off TikTok. You got to let me know if you want to go. Just DM me, and I'll tell you the details. It's free. It's going to be longer form reads. All right. Violet, I hope you are accepted into Chick-fil-A. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody egregiously. Where will I go? Veni Vidi Vici, what do you mean by that? Where will I go? Fine, all right, I want to answer that. Veni Vidi Vici, where will I go? Let's let the cards speak. And what did you just say, Joseph? Thank you, Joseph Reed. You're so kind. All right, Veni Vidi Vici, where will I go? This is a good question for the deck, and I want to do this. And then I'm going to do one more card for everybody, a collective card. It's going to be my own Tarot Morning Wisdom. And then I got a boogie because life, baby. Life is happening. Ready? Steady. Where will I go? Veni Vidi Vici, you're going to the realm of change. You are going to the realm of one thing ceasing and a new thing being born. That's what this card is meant to encompass. Don't worry, it ain't the graveyard. All right? It's the moment of evolutionary shift upward. All right, one thing ends, a new thing begins, and then that new thing moves into the arms of the angel of temperance at number 14. All right, re-equilibrates and becomes strong again. You're going towards change. Does that hit? Aya, what is your question, Queen? Answer me, Aya, please. I love it when people will beg in the chat. Hold on, Aya, I'm looking for your bleeping question. Where is it? Please, you're begging, but you're not restating the question yet. I'm still looking for it. Oh, Angel, it's like so far over there. Do you just want a card? Will I marry him? Okay, fine. Look, you guys keep luring me in. Will I marry him? This is the question that we are now answering on Tarot Morning Wisdom. Will I marry him? Aia asks. I, a stranger on the internet, will now make a determination as to whether or not this marriage is about to occur. Please brace yourself for Four of Pentacles. God, not a romantic card. If it's a recommendation, it's a suggestion that you need to make sure you're mega stable in the realm of health and money and all that stuff. You could read it, I suppose, as none of these cards are romantic in this. It's like there's something that this deck wants you to do in the realm of materiality, and it wants you to create stability. Will that create a condition that might get you a little bit closer to marriage? I don't know. There's a Page of Swords on the bottom. New ideas are required. I hope that it fits for you, I hope that that's useful information. What up, Get Money? How you doing? I'm trying to get off the air here because I've got to go do stuff as a grown-up. You know. So I'm gonna just look, I've got to do it. I've got to be just disciplined. I'm gonna be back on Monday. There's a full moon party. If you want to go to it, let me know in the DMs and I'll let you know how to do it. Blah, 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 blah. It's gonna be off TikTok. It's gonna be somewhere else. It's gonna allow us to be a little bit more like chill and longer form, etc., etc., etc. And we'll answer each and every one of the relationship questions. But right now, I'm going to do one card for the collective. That's also going to be my... Just DM me, baby. I'll let everybody know who wants to go. All right. This is it. This is the Tarot Morning Wisdom card that I will take into my Friday. Yeah, baby. 10 wands. The maximum amount of passion for our weekends. We will carry each and every one of these 10 wands on our back, and we will remember that the 10 becomes the one with a significant amount of strength. We're going to gather the crown and turn it into one single intention of spirit, creativity, and soul. Burn on this weekend. That's what this card has to say. And do it from a position of deep, deep strength. Thank you, Miss Joan. All right, friends, with this on your minds, I send you out into your weekend. I am so grateful for you. I love you for all of the energy that you bring to the table here. Thank you. I will be back on Monday. From Hollywood, California, I bid you farewell. Bye.